Sonic CD is a game I really love. I've played it countless times and it really got me thinking, how did this game come to be? I did some research and today we'll be looking into just that, from the tail end of Sonic 1's development to the enhancement of Sonic's popularity with Sonic 2 to the release of Sonic CD for the failed Mega CD in 1993, we'll be covering it all. So strap in because we've got a lot to cover. Our story begins in 1991, just after the release of Sonic 1. The game was a smash hit, and obviously led to Sega's immediate green light for a sequel to Sonic 1. Yuji Naka, the lead programmer of Sonic 1, essentially started to hate the restrictions that came with creating games in Japan, so he packed up his bags and left to North America to work for Sega of US. He, alongside the team at STI, Sega Technical Institute, began developing concepts for Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Among those concepts was a scrapped concept involving a time travel mechanic, which ended up going nowhere due to time and hardware constraints. While Sonic 2 kept trucking along in development in the US, back in Japan, something else was transpiring. All over the world, the popularity and practicality of the new form of physical media called CDs, standing for compact disc, was being discovered. This new technical marvel allowed for higher quality audio, much more space for data than the traditional video game cartridges. Many other companies had tried their hand at a CD add-on or CD console, but Sega was almost forced by investors to create a CD add-on for the Mega Drive, which would be called the Mega CD. The product had been released by the end of 1991 in Japan, and released under the iconic name Sega CD in the US the following year, with the original Mega CD name being used for the European release in 1993. Needing a defining game for the add-on, Sega put a team onto the Mega CD to create a remake of the recently released Sonic 1 and soon-to-be released Sonic 2, sometime in early 1992. Eventually, the idea for this project was scrapped to make way for a brand new Sonic game for Mega CD. The Japanese Sega team got to work as fast as they could on the game they called CD Sonic the Hedgehog, and powered away at development as fast as they could. The game was to feature the time travel feature scrapped from Sonic 2, and use the Sonic sprites and general art direction from Sonic 1, but with more added to it to make the best use of the Mega CD's capabilities. The game massively evolved over time, with zones axed as far into development as the prototyping stage, and scrapped enemies, features, ideas, and more, as is usual with a game. Later on in development, the game would be retitled to Sonic the Hedgehog CD, and would release on September 23, 1993 in Japan, October of 1993 in Europe, and a very late November 23rd of 1993 in the US, due to reasons I'll get into shortly. The game would see low success due to its release on the poorly performing Mega CD, and released around the same time as Sonic 3, which had been developed in the US by the same team who made Sonic 2, worked on after the latter's release. The game was delayed in the US by a staggering 2 months, due to Sega of US believing that the soundtrack sounded too much like current music from the US, and decided to change the entire soundtrack, having it recomposed to sound much more unique to how the execs felt the original sounded. The game would overall not be perceived positively due to its many level design quirks and other oddities compared to other Sonic games, and would go on to be seen as the forgotten one out of the original Sonic quadrilogy, before its many re-releases in the past few years. Thank you all so much for watching. I really had fun making this video. It was fun to research all the little things about the history of Sonic CD and the Mega CD. It was really fun. And remember to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. I'm kidding. Remember, always enjoy your games to the fullest. See ya!